Exactly. Exactly. Because if you go to a game company right out of school, you're going to be an entry-level programmer. And when you go to ask for more money, unless you can get promoted up, which again, follow what you think is best. If Bethesda comes to you, or somebody comes to you, if Gaben comes to you and says, "Hey, I got an entry-level position for you," take it. Obviously, take it. Don't pass on your dreams to play the system, but at the same time, be smart. Okay. We're running long here because something in the compiler... Oh. Here we go. Okay. Let's not gloss over this either. This line of code, where we have an interface with a body, which it can have, was causing the mix-up of 217 errors. And now the compiler's on the right track. That was weird. Let's see if we can find any more of that. Game actions. Yeah, it looks like we left something in our core. Did we do it? We were copying and pasting quite a lot. No. I don't see it. We do have some ambiguous references. Alright, let's just step through this. Oh, look at that. So this is part of our legacy code in the command parse that we moved out. We do want game response in there. Oh, and then render as well. So now we're in the client, and instead of our render, so we need to break these things a bit. Alright, now we're back on the right track. The compiler took a walk off the cliff there for a second. Let's see what else. Alright, I can't actually pronounce this this name from Hungary. I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to say Indy. It says, "I just joined the stream and I catched your speech. I'm from Hungary. I'm starting IT University this September. You've got me so motivated now with that speech. Thanks." Not a problem. I think that's really the power of the watch people code. When you come in here and you're watching other people who are kind of out there and doing it. So I am just happy. I'm actually super happy that we can start doing these kind of community coding stuff. I think there's just a lot to be gained from it. Thundercats Ho, love the name by the way, says, how do you feel C# is for web APIs in combination with an MVC like Angular? Alright, so things are changing now, and .NET 5 is going to really shake up the way that things are done. So there's not going to be as much of a difference between web APIs and the MVC architecture. So with something like Angular, consuming this data source, it's really not, as far as C# is concerned, it really shouldn't matter. The question's not going to be so much about web APIs. It's going to be more about just JSON in general. So where do you get the JSON from, honestly? And I think Angular is great with Angular 2 and the way that it uses, and the way that it's consuming web components, and how much it's borrowing from React. I guess long story short, there really just isn't another way to do it. You're really going to be looking at, in the near future, you're going to be looking at .NET 5, and you're going to be looking at Angular 2 web components. And as far as getting data from your service tier into your application, using a web API that allows you to format the data into JSON very easily is going to be your best bet. But then in MVC, you've also got a JSON result option. So it's really kind of a 6 in one, half dozen in the other. So I don't know if that answers your question. I might have rambled a bit. Jeff asks, so what do you do as your primary job if this is not it? Just out of curiosity. I am a senior application developer with a local company. I know it's varied. I do full stack development, so I do database development. I also do front-end design and development, and also business logic. Alright, we're going to go ahead and bring in Monster. We're going to go ahead and also bring in NPC. We're really kind of over here, but it's been a really fun stream, so I don't mind. But we'll try to wrap it up. So I'm Monster. Delete that. Oh. Delete that guy out of core. And go to NPC. Move that guy up. And delete him out of there. And we'll go into iMonster. And we'll move it. So it's been a long stream, but all we're really doing is we're taking all of our contracty type of stuff and moving it into our common. Do the same thing for monster types and NPC types. Man. Oops. There we go. Let's go on our base monster for a second. Oh, and game engine is not what we want there. You guys are troopers, man. We went from 217 errors down to 7. Down to 3. Folks, we did it. Give yourself a pat on the back. Oh, it's gotten very dark in my room. Wonder if that helps. I need to get some better lighting in here, don't I? Doesn't help when I'm the same complexion as the wood behind me. Okay. So, we have fixed all of our errors. We have refactored all of our stuff into our common project. And now we get to do what we wanted to do at the very beginning, which is have this guy inherit from iPlayer. Hang on. Oh, I'm sorry, we don't actually want to inherit from iPlayer. That's my bad. Doop, doop, doop. Let's come over here and take a look at our Singleton pattern, which I promise you has been the point of all of this. But I hope you've learned. Okay. So, we're using this pattern for the Singleton. So we're going to do a public static player 1. We're going to do a private static, which follows exactly, read only, iPlayer. I'm going to call that. We will call it instance. And so we hope this works, because we're going to be doing it just a little bit differently than we're supposed to. Where are you getting that guy from? I gotcha. Is that right? Feels right. It also feels wrong. Let's skip that back. So what we want to be able to do is public static instance iPlayer instance get return instance. So we're doing this a little differently. What did I do? What did I do weirdly there? Oh, they didn't make this a static class. That's fair. This is a static constructor. Because you couldn't have a non-product or a non-static constructor inside of there. Okay. So, we're hoping to use the same basic idea of a singleton, but instead of using the class itself, we want to have the instance inside of it be our singleton. So we're not going to use private player 1. I know I just put it in there, but I was trying to copy just exactly what we had out there. We're going to make this static. So in theory, there should only ever be one player 1 class, and there should only ever